And we are live. I'm Eric.
I'm Andre.
And I'm Richie.
And this is the High End Power Podcast coming to you live on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, go to our Instagram, follow our page, like our reels, share our reels. Guys, another day, another dollar, another day, another episode. Episode 14.
You guys excited for this one?
Man, I like this one, bro. I really do. But before that, how was y'all Memorial Day weekend?
Bro, super chill. For the first time in 10 years, I got to not work a Memorial Day.
Wow.
Being out of the car business.
Usually in the car business, that's like
that's
one
a
of the
big day. That's a big day, bro.
yeah,
Everyone's
right?
out there buying cars. There's Memorial Day specials. So for the first time, I got to take advantage of that whole weekend and just really lay back. Yeah,
That
on
is
Memorial
crazy.
Day.
My weekend, it was kind of a roller coaster. Friday was pretty good and chill. Got a workout in. Just stayed in. Worked the next day. Got another workout in, and then started drinking. And then Sunday I drank again, and then Monday drank again. Monday was a pretty chill day. We had an awesome time at the cookout.
Yeah, we had the cookout,
man.
dude.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a hot tub. It was dope. Shout out Kels for that.
Hell yeah.
That was dope, man. How was your...
Yo, mine was chill. I had a good family weekend. Chill with my fam, my girl's fam. We all had our little... There was birthday parties, crazy. Everybody had birthday parties this weekend. So
Yeah?
it was just it was cool. Just got to chill with a lot of fam. And sad ass day on Monday when the Celtics straight dropped the fucking ball.
Damn.
Dude.
I was so, bro, this whole week of mine has been sad.
I'll say this though, dude. That Saturday game, that just comes to show, bro, how we Boston work under pressure, man. I gotta say that game was that winning that in the last literally last second.
0.1 second.
0.2, literally. Yeah.
The crowd was there. The crowd did their work, but the players didn't, man. Honestly,
it's
we
tough.
let those three games, we lost those 3 games in the beginning. That cost us basically the whole series. So I know it is what it is. We move on. We're still the city of champs. I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say. You know what I mean?
We'll be back next season. We'll be back.
Guys, episode 13, Yago came on, man. If you guys did not have a chance, please check that out. It was so dope.
So fun.
He gave us his experience on what he's going through right now, man, and how it's hard to be an artist nowadays. So if you guys did not catch that episode, please go back. He freestyled at the end.
I was about to say,
it was dope. It was
not
dope.
only that too, he dropped some actually special news about when he's dropping his next song. We're not going to mention it right now. Again, if you want to find out, go watch the video and you'll see.
Go watch the video. He's gonna drop 2 songs because he said that we inspired him.
Let's go.
And honestly, bro, this is what we do, man. This is what we hear. This is the reason why we opened up this podcast, because we want people all kinds of people to get inspired. We want all kinds of people to do good in life, because obviously we like to have fun, but we like to be serious as well.
Of course. It's all a balance, right? That's the whole thing we said when we started this thing. The whole purpose of podcast is showing that for you to be successful in life, it's not just about money. It's not just about focusing on one area of your life, but having a balance throughout all areas, the 5 pillars, right?
Yeah.
So, and we see that that's inspiring multiple people into truly focusing in those. How many messages have we gotten already from people saying, bro, you're truly motivating me with what you guys are doing. Keep it up. You guys are going to blow up soon. We have faith in you guys.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
And people that don't even message, bro, when I'm at the gym or when I'm outside at the pool, people come up to me and they'll be like, yo, you're in the High End Power Podcast, right? Yo, I love what you guys are doing. You guys, keep going, keep killing it. And I give them a little idea of why we started this, bro. And it just it humbly shows them, where we're trying to get to.
Yeah, the intentions behind everything we're doing. I want to bring a very special thing to attention real quick to everybody who's watching us, and for people who are going to be watching this futurely too. The love and the attention we got on the reel with Rob Font this week was insane, and I want to thank everybody out there who shared. We had multiple people from our friend groups share it, multiple people who've been in and out of our chats sharing the content, and guys, we hit 12,000 views in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of the team. I'm very proud of everyone for putting the effort into getting this to happen. And again, guys, it's all teamwork. It's every day hustling. It's every day waking up and putting that 1% more effort, and the results will come. And we've been seeing that happen.
Hell yeah. Let's take the time to pay some bills right in the beginning.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Newview Marble and Granite for making this table for us. It's top and bottom legs made out of full stone. Not only that, they do kitchen countertops, they do vanity countertops, they do shower walls, anything, fireplaces, jacuzzis, anything you can put stone on, guys. These guys are the best. Not only because I work there, but because that they know what they're doing. They give you the best prices, and you can't go wrong. They have a huge inventory, not only in slabs but in remnant. If you don't want to buy a big slab for a small project, we have remnant that you can save some money on, and also that would help you build equity in the house. Call us at 508 541-3909. I almost forgot about that. 508-541-3909.
You sure about that?
No, that's I'm sure. And go to our Instagram, Newview Marble Granite, or follow or go to our website, newviewgranite.com. Fill out an estimate sheet, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And a big shout out to our producer, man, Vision Agency, JP in the back, man. You are a true legend.
The brains to the brains,
everything, man. Without you, we wouldn't have this quality of camera and this quality of audio.
Everything, bro.
Everything, man.
Graphic design work.
Graphic design, the whole production, man. Without this guy, we would be nothing. So big shout out to JP, Vision Agency. Follow them on Instagram and hit them up for, videos, for, wedding parties, birthday parties. Hit them up for anything, headshots. This guy is amazing.
Guys, anything that has to do with the camera, JP is your guy. From commercials,
marketing,
all that stuff. Yeah, so he's a marketing whiz too. So he'll help you get to where you want to be, get to the eyes that want to see you.
All right, guys. Episode 14.
Wow.
Lexi Winter in the freaking house. Guys, I am so excited. I know you're excited for this.
Dude,
you've been mentioning it, man. And it's cool, man. It's cool how she's going to, be here. Tell us a little bit about herself. Tell her about her story and how she got to where she is today,
One thing I definitely want to mention too, Eric, it comes to show that, again, we have such a tight community here. And again, small town, but becoming bigger and bigger every time, Framingham. And the whole thing is that we said this in the beginning. We want to blow up Framingham. We want to make Framingham known.
Hell yeah.
For having hustlers, having grinding people, having people who truly are chasing for a better future, not just for themselves, but for others out there too. And Lexi is a beautiful example. Prime example. Dude, straight from out of Framingham High School. Again, we're going to have to get all into it, but guys, this woman has gone above and beyond, not just to excel in her business, but also for all of those who are in her team as well. And I'm so excited to bring her here. She is also Thais's, who is my girlfriend, her boss, and she's the one who put Thais on to the awesome path that she's in today. And she has a huge part in that, man. And at the end of the day, man, having her here is a privilege and an honor, and I'm super excited for this chat.
Hell yeah.
Inspiring.
JP, you know what to do, my boy. Lexi Winter in the house. Shama.
What's up?
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I'm very excited.
Thank you so much for you making time to come down here. We know that you are a busy girl. And we know you have a lot on your plate, and we appreciate you coming by here and
taking time for us,
taking time just to show your experience in the real estate business.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I love it.
And having another powerful woman in the podcast that's making a difference out there. Like I said earlier in the introduction, having you here is an honor.
Aw.
For real.
I don't take compliments well. You got me a little emotional over there. But I'm really excited to talk about real estate. Anyone who knows me knows that I will talk about this all day, every day. There's always new things to talk about.
Of course, yeah.
So
So the people, the people that already know you, know majority, about where you come from or, how you got to where you are today. Give us a little background for the people that are watching you right now. Before we get into that, everybody on the live chat, drop the W for Lexi Winter. Drop all the W's. If you guys have any questions, please put them on the live chat, and then we'll find some time to ask her during the podcast. So, Lexi, give us a little background. Where you came from, and
who's Lexi?
Yeah, who is Lexi?
Who's that? Okay, so you kind of said it before, but I am a huge Framingham lover.
Yes.
Let's go 508. Woo. Graduated in 2009, and quite frankly, some of my favorite people to do real estate transactions with are people from Framingham, because it's just such a tight-knit community, and we look out for each other. And
that's true.
I'm like, I don't even know your name, but you said Framingham, so I love you. It's honestly, it's a great place. And I get homesick when I travel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
I miss it. So anything I can do to be a part of it and help it grow, and like you said, get the name out there. I think our name's already out there a little bit for the good, the bad, and the ugly. But anything to help it grow.
So you went to FHS?
I did, yep.
And then straight from FHS, what did you do?
So I actually went to Bridgewater State.
Oh.
Which looking back now, I'm like, oh, I didn't have to go to college, because real estate actually does not require a college degree. And I do a lot of different events and, mentorships where I'm telling students or, younger people that you don't have to go to college anymore.
Yeah.
My career and industry revolves around people who don't, between real estate agents, mortgage lenders, stagers, photographers. None of those require a college degree.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that you said that, because
they're all amazing careers.
Yeah, and we bring this a lot in the pod too. A lot of people, especially when you have like a kind of like an immigrant background, they're like, go to college because that is the answer. But sometimes it's just not it. Especially if you want to be a real estate agent or a mortgage lender. Sometimes college, you don't have to do it.
This is true, but you know what else I will say? The fields that I'm saying to go into, plumbing, electrical,
Yes.
contracting, like those fields are, maybe it's just because I'm swarmed and surrounded in it, but those fields are
Much
absolutely taking off and much needed.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of shortage in that. It's hard to find a good electrician and a plumber, and if you do find it, they're fucking expensive.
People don't want to get their hands dirty
expensive.
anymore, man. Like we said, people want instant gratification. They want to do those jobs
That's what
that
it
are
is,
quick,
yeah.
that they're sitting down, they're clean, they're working from home. Like the hardcore labor jobs are every day that goes by, there's less and less qualified people to do it.
Yeah, I think the tide's turning a little bit though, because I listened to a podcast called the PBD podcast, and they were throwing out some like percentages of like the amount of women that are going to college and the amount of men that go to college, and women are like significantly beating us in that aspect because they're just more inclined to go to school and things. And in the last like couple of years, it's just been going down for men because we're going into more technical fields. We're going into more of like plumbing and electrical and all that, which is, I think, is a good thing, man, because without that, we have no infrastructure. We have no towns, no cities. So I think that's a big thing that we need to emphasize a lot too.
All right. So, good point. That's a very good point. I like that. So, you went to Bridgewater, and then where did you see that you wanted to dive into real estate?
So also
Straight from high school? Or?
not even close. So my real estate history goes far to childhood. So my family has a history in real estate. My grandparents own a bunch of real estate in California. And ever since I was very little, I grew up helping collect coins out of the laundry filters and going and helping and doing the property management stuff, making sure everything was landscaped and taken care of. And then my mom is a real estate appraiser. So I grew up following her to open houses, exploring comps. In fact, I fucking hated real estate when I was little. I was like, another open house? Are you kidding me? Another open house? Are you kidding me? So I remember not liking real estate growing up. Then I got into college, and I was a very social butterfly. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do anything that was around people, and that was bartending. So I did a lot of late nights, lots of work, living paycheck to paycheck. You would make a ton of money, right? But then you'd spend it all, spend it like it was gone. Bartending was not.
Because you get that cash and then you're like, all right, let's go.
For real, it was bad. But to me, that was not sustainable. And as fun as it was in my early 20s, I knew, I graduated and I had to figure out where I was going and what I was doing.
What did you major in?
I actually majored in sociology.
Oh, so that helps with it, because communication.
All I do is deal with people and why and weird people, nice people, grateful people. Spiteful, everything. You know what I mean? All personality types. And then I minored in business management, which to me is probably one of the biggest blessings that I can think.
That came from that, yeah.
So graduated, realized couldn't bartend forever, and my grandmother said, get your real estate license. It's more than just open houses. Go. So I did, and then I fucking love my job. It's not even a job. No, it's it's a lifestyle.
It's something that you wake up and it's a pleasure to go to.
And you said, people see me out at the pool and I don't even talk about it anymore. I go to the bar. Oh, Lexi, you do real estate. I need to call you.
That's so
call
dope.
me when you're ready, because I'll still be doing it and I'll be here. So no pressure. Yep.
The acknowledgement, dude, it's awesome.
It feels so good.
It does feel good. Yeah.
Because that work you put in, you see it over time, and eventually when people start actually, like you said, coming up to you, you're just like, wow, I made it.
So you started as a real estate agent, right? And so you started, selling homes.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yep.
No. Definitely didn't nail it. I can tell you right now.
Yeah. How was the beginning of that?
So first year I made $12,000 because let me tell you, selling real estate is easy, negotiating, writing a contract, easy. What's hard is getting clients. Having people call you.
Or trusting you.
Trust you. You can find 10 real estate agents in a Starbucks at one time, all hanging out together, or not even knowing we're all real estate agents, because that's how many of us there are. There are so many real estate agents, and then on top of that, we all work so damn differently. So quite frankly, you need to interview who you're using and figure out, do they work part-time, full-time? What kind of agent are they? So my first year was an absolute struggle. I don't know many agents that just hit the ground running. You spend the first year pounding pavement, door knocking, begging friends and family to use you. And then from there you build up, your network and your list, which honestly is applicable to any small business, which is why I love you guys, because all it is building up other small businesses. What I talk about today can apply to anyone who's trying to get out there and get their jewelry business up, or their sweatshirts or their sneakers. It's all going to start with networking.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to kill this fucking bug that's in here, bro. This shit's pissing me off.
I saw it coming over here, too. I saw it coming over here.
Hanging out.
Dude, it's going to my arm and shit.
Lexi, starting the process of going into real estate, and you said it definitely was hard and all that. How did you not let that beat you down? And it being this isn't for me. I only made $12,000 this year. What? I was bartending, making guap, and now I go into this. How did you not let that beat you up?
Well, a few things. One, I think any industry, you're going to find good and bad people in that industry, right? Restaurants, nail techs, real estate agents. Yeah. So I started meeting a lot of realtors that weren't good at their job. And I was like, holy shit, they've been doing this for so long and they're not even good? No way. So to be honest, the other thing too is finding the motivation in yourself. If you don't like what you're doing, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, that is so temporary. It is not a long-term thing in your life.
It's not miserable.
It is so temporary. So I think anyone who's trying to figure out what they're doing, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but I deal with a lot of high school students. And first thing is, what do you like? Because you can't sit there and do things that you don't enjoy. So one, I freaking love real estate. So it's very long-term for me. And two, when I was a new agent, I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. So I think kind of being I'm the person that can survive no's. I can survive rejection. I can survive getting there. Not everybody has that. And if you don't have that, it's just simply not going to work for you.
We talk about that a lot in solar and Sunrun too, because knocking on doors and hearing all those no's all the time, it's not anyone that can do that, and it's praising the no's, because when the yeses come, they're worth a lot more.
The moving,
so beautiful.
The moving on part too. A lot of people is just when they get that rejection, it's just let me try something else. instead of, figuring out why you got the rejection and approaching the next customer.
Shout out to Matt Gava. Again, DM at Sunrun, killing the game, dude. This guy's been there for a year and a half, got promoted to DM. Dude, it's awesome what he's doing. He said that to me today. He's like, man, the difference that changes you from a successful warrior in the sales business is how fast you pick yourself back up when you're down. Because when you're down, picking yourself back up and getting yourself back in the mental state to go try again and find that yes, it's tough. It's not easy, and that's where a lot of people give up. But the difference that takes you to the extra mile is really, again, the rule of one more. Let's go, one more.
Let me ask
try
you, because I know you've said this, but are you commission based?
100%.
Commission based.
That's where
the beasts are born. At the end of the day, it's either you make it happen, or you're gonna
don't get paid.
You're gonna starve.
I always tell people with commission based, I'm like, no one's telling you to get to the office at 9 a.m. No one's telling you to submit paperwork. If you don't do it, you don't get paid. So
it's to your own benefit.
Figure it out.
Yep.
And if and at the end of the day, if you're not getting there, then it's not for you.
Yeah, that's why I like it. That's why I like Sunrun, because it's all on you. If you're not getting results, if you're not getting that paycheck, it's because you're not putting enough work. I don't care what you have to say. You can say that, oh, people don't like me. No, figure out why people don't like you. Change it.
Adjust it.
Yep.
Pivot.
Pivot. Exactly. Make those changes so that the game plan, at the end of the game, you're winning. It's simple, guys. Work hard results. That's it.
Work hard, get results.
Yeah, it's a patience game too, man. Because you can't expect shit like you were saying. You can't just start and expect you're gonna be getting loads of money in. You got to put in the work and make it happen, or else it won't work.
All right, since we brought that story real quick, let me bring something up. I mean, congratulations to Eric to being the new hire for Sunrun now.
Yes, sir. I'm in the process.
Running with the sun.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited that you're joining this journey.
Sunrun.
Run.
And this is definitely something that's going to teach you a lot, bro, and help you so much. And,
man.
Take you to the next level, man.
Yeah, just like I told Felipe, man, because he asked me, why you leaving? Why you leaving your business? I just want more experience, man. I know, I'm a good salesman, but I could be a better salesman.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? I know that I can learn more somewhere else. And not only that, I can bring that back to the people back home. You know what I mean? So, it's just, don't think that you know everything. Don't think that, you hit the cap.
Your plateau,
your plateau, man, because after that, man, there's the sky. After the sky, there's the galaxy. And, bro, it doesn't stop, bro. It's motivation for me is what's it. And I know my potential, and is definitely going to help me in my life.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Lexi, tell us, okay, so now we're going into, you got into real estate, you started working. First year was tough, but then clearly you were very successful at a point. You started killing it.
Born to be successful.
I love that.
I think people who have that, they're just, it's going to, no matter what, it's going to happen.
Make it happen, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How did the opportunity show up for you, going from sales to now going more into leadership? Is that something you always had in you? Is that something that just showed up in your life and you said, okay?
I enjoy this role.
Yeah.
So it's definitely I think when you find something you like and you're doing, you're going to gravitate towards it naturally. You know what I mean? Again, selling and buying real estate, writing contracts, negotiating, that stuff is easy to me. But finding people to use you and getting referrals and repeat business, that's the hard part. Getting reviews, continuously making sure your clients are happy, because again, so many damn personality types. How do you please them all?
Yeah, for real.
How do you please everybody?
Was the leadership always inside your personality, or is that something that came along with the time?
If I look back at my report cards, I think
were you always a leader throughout high school and everything?
Through elementary, yeah, I was definitely.
You've always had that.
I don't want to say it. I was the one in the projects that was always being no, we got to do it this way.
Cool.
But no, but awesome. I mean, I enjoy constructive criticism, so I'm not going to say that I can't grow, because anyone who can say that they can't grow, I love learning. Any opportunity to go to any kind of education, continuing ed, we have to constantly do. I love that shit. Mm-hmm. It just makes me better at what I do. You know what I mean? And the other thing too, you said earlier that I'm Thais' boss, but Thais and I are actually equals in our industry. So she's a realtor and I'm a realtor. and we're partners.
That's dope.
That's fire.
So everybody on Winter Properties is absolutely my partner. We work equally and we try and provide each other, equal workloads. If I want to hang out with my 6-year-old daughter and do nighttime stuff with her, Thais is done after 5. So I know for a fact I can count on her as my buyer's agent to go show properties for me, negotiate, write contracts. She deserves every penny of 50% that her and I share together. And quite frankly, everyone on my team does. I was never really looking to grow a team. I'll say that right off the bat. I was a solo agent for about 5 years, and I loved it. But then I realized I couldn't be in Worcester and in Boston at the same fucking time. I was like, wow, I'm starting to lose money because I'm not showing houses over here and I'm not writing offers for that buyer. So quite frankly, the only reason I grew was because I knew that I needed the leverage of partners and team members. And anytime that I meet someone that's incredibly talented and a genuinely good person and honestly confident, because you can't teach that. Yeah. I can teach someone how to be a realtor, but I can't teach someone how to be confident and negotiate shit.
I say that all the time. Hell yeah.
Everyone on my team is so incredibly talented that I know I'm like, if they know how to say it, they're going to burn them.
Yeah,
so
you got a dope team.
That was very important in anyone who's on my team. So leadership, yes, but like everybody is so talented. They carry their weight, and I have such like a partnership of a group. Granted, I get the last say in everything. I worked hard for that.
Nah, but it's good that you say you're not just a boss, you're a leader. So you're in there with them, and we can see it with the results that you guys are killing it. So you can see that it makes a difference. Everyone working together, because nobody does it alone. Like you're saying,
we're a young team too. Like if you look at the average agent, they are in their 60s. So you have to think that a lot of turnover is probably happening in the next few years.
Yeah.
Because if you want to talk about it, real estate agents make good money. Again, not the first year, second year, or the third year, but I mean, you easily can make 6 figures if you hustle, even your first year, to be honest. But it does take a lot to build your network and stuff like that. So
it's a delayed gratification, yeah.
It is, and it's the most rewarding fucking job ever. So quite frankly, anyone can do it. But the nice part is my team hasn't even gotten started. The average person buys and sells in their late 20s, early 30s. My team's not even there yet. Wow. They're all
which is dope.
Early 20s. Yeah, I'm like one of the oldest. I'm the second oldest on my team. I've hit my 30s. and it's honestly my prime too, because all my friends are selling their condos and buying step-up homes or relocating or getting divorced, because that's the reality.
Yeah.
A lot of people get divorced, and that's the reason that I sell a lot of houses. So to me, like, my team is working, and once they're in this for a solid 5 years, it's going to be their busiest few years. So I'm just preparing them for chaos,
That's awesome.
Let's go. That's awesome.
That's cool, dude. The environment that you build is like a place that they can call home, basically. Yeah. That's awesome, because it gives them the pleasure to go over there and work. It gives them the pleasure to be open with each other. They're not hiding anything, like asking for help. Because a lot of people sometimes are afraid to ask those questions.
And it goes so far, like she sees everyone as an equal. So like you say, you go in there, you're not looking at like, oh, it's my boss. Like I gotta be on point. Like I can't say this, can't say that. So like
to a fault. I'm like, what's up, guys?
No, but it's cool because I'm sure you have the moments where you got to be stern and say what you need to say, but everyone's comfortable enough to like listen to you and be themselves around you, and like Eric said too, and not hiding any certain things, or everyone's open book all the time and just ready to make those real estate sales.
I mean, their personalities are what make them truly like successful in this business, and our office is always fun. It's a good freaking time. Like, it really is. I feel very lucky to.
Nah, you can tell because you guys do the sip and swap events all the time. And guys, stay tuned when you follow Winter Properties. They always do that so you guys can connect and network with everybody that's in the business, not just real estate, but for construction, any kind of business you guys want to open up. These sip and swaps are the place to be, guys.
Yeah, I haven't been yet, but I heard it was dope. So I'm definitely going to go in the future. So you mentioned that you are a mother to a 6-year-old. So
happened so fast. How'd that happen?
So one big question here is that we have is, how do you manage to balance being a mother and a full-time real estate agent?
Honestly, my team is like completely to thank for that now. But I mean, it's hard.
I mean, even starting, because you did that while starting
it's very
too.
hard. Yeah, I started real estate in my early 20s. I'll be coming up on 10 years soon. And at that time, I was a young agent, so people already look at you like, oh, you're young. I was a female.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a pretty little female. Then I got fucking pregnant. So that was terrible. I came in, I'm pregnant. Nobody wants to use me. I'm young. I was like, oh God, I'm never succeeding. But guess what? People who had kids wanted to use me. Families. So I was pregnant. I started being like, okay, this is such a mindset world. Like, here I was getting down on myself for being young, being a female, getting pregnant, and like going out and showing houses. In fact, when I held open houses, I got clients because I worked it in a different angle, and people like that. All of a sudden, I became relatable because I was a mother, which I wasn't before. So it was kind of like all of a sudden my mindset shifted. And then they're like, oh, yeah, and then you get your kids into all these extracurricular activities, and you meet all these new parents. You get all this new business. I was like,
Cha-ching.
ooh, here we go. But honestly, I mean, my daughter's also incredibly amazing. I feel like God was like, here's the best little angel baby meant for you, because he knew that I needed someone
She your
special.
mini-me? She like a carbon copy of you?
She is pretty much me. Yeah.
That's so dope.
She's a good girl. But she's motivation in itself. Obviously, I'm one of 4 girls, and my mother was a single parent. So she raised 4 girls. She went to school. She kicked ass. So I think I had a role model.
That's
if you
dope.
could say
Awesome.
that.
That's
I love hearing that. Like,
Shout out to my mom.
yeah, shout out Mama Winter.
Mama Winter, yeah, shout out, man.
So realistically speaking, you say it is 100% possible to start in a real estate business, even being a single mom, and it's just finding the way to do it.
All odds, bro. All odds were against her, but that mindset switch.
She said,
she
"Wait a
could have
minute."
been like, oh, it's all done for me. She could have threw it all out the window, but she changed her mindset. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this. We're gonna take
It's all
this.
about how you look at things, bro.
Bro.
Hell yeah.
Glass
Wow.
half full.
1,000,000%. Things that make us different make us better.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I
love
mean?
that.
People who are like, well, they're not going to use me because I'm an immigrant. I'm like, oh, you speak Portuguese? Oh, you speak Spanish? Oh, you're a female? Oh, you're older? Oh, you do that? Like, there's so many ways to make it a
Work.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about how you look at it.
It's like Marina said in our episode on Women's Day, the beauty and the struggle.
Yeah, the struggle's needed, the struggle's beautiful, and the struggle's what makes you great.
It's so dope.
Wow.
Well, that was powerful.
That was right. Did you
I'm
feel
like,
that?
don't talk.
Just like, let it marinate for a second.
Literally,
it a minute.
no, it's awesome, bro. I mean, seeing people go through challenges, and it comes to it. What I like about this podcast 100% is the fact that we come to show that behind every successful person, there's a human behind that. There's a true human that goes through struggles. There's a true human that goes through everything you go through. Like all the challenges, waking up in the morning and not being motivated. Lexi goes through that.
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning and going, maybe having a family tragedy. That happens. Guys, we're humans. Everyone that's going out there and grinding and making millions and killing it and making whatever it is, and whatever value of dollar it is, there's a human behind that who's living the same experiences that you are, but they're just treating it differently. They're just looking at it differently. They're picking themselves up faster. And that's what defers you from being great in life.
And to be honest, too, giving yourself the opportunity to go learn from other people who are better than you.
Being open-minded.
Being open-minded to say, hey, I don't know everything. Like, I love going to massive conventions, educational things, because I'm like, what else can I do to make more money?
It's like letting go.
What else can I do to make
Yeah.
more money? Always.
Yeah, that's one thing I always hear all the time with these, like, a lot of guys that are like motivational speakers or just businessmen that like are always trying to put information out there, is go to places where you're like not the dumbest in the room, but you're one that knows the least. You know what I mean? It's that thing
So
where like,
true.
yeah, so you go somewhere where you're taking in information. When I said in the beginning, be a sponge.
Hell yeah.
Like, just wherever you go, just soak it all in and then go and use that to your advantage.
I think that's really uncomfortable for some people, too.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I do know everything. And
It's like an ego thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, let go of that ego. You know,
Lego.
Bro, I
Lego.
think
Lego my ego.
I think the more you accept that you have to improve yourself every day, the more you're going to be open to things, man. And just know that even if you know 100% that you're right, listen to what other people have to say, because just because you're listening doesn't mean you're going to live that. It just means that you're going to listen to it, you're going to filter it, And whatever works for you, take it in. Whatever doesn't, throw it out.
Yes.
100%.
But if you keep doing that every day with more and more people, guess what? You're going to keep every day taking more and more positivity and throwing away negativity.
Yeah.
Take the positive, throw away the negative. You're going to get to a point, bro, where you're like, wow, I'm a beast. Like, look all this time that went by and look how much I learned. And
opportunities that came up.
Bro.
You know, just by accepting and learning from others.
I hate when people say this. Someone looks at Lexi and be like, oh, Lexi, you're so lucky. There's no such thing as fucking luck.
That's a tough one.
Go work your ass off. Luck is simply the preparation of yourself with the opportunity and it all coming together. And now you're doing what you got to do, bro.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
there's no luck. She had no luck in her life. She had a kid. She had so many things that could have brought her down. And look what she did. She still grinded and made it happen. Look at us, dude. Immigrant kids who came out of families who like don't have college, don't have anything, but we made something of it. And now we're here running a podcast that's doing great things for people out there, man.
Yeah.
If we want to be complacent and lazy, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And look at everything that we're doing just because we took that first step.
Honest to God, though, it is a fucking personality type because I know a million complainers. I know a million people, him, her, them, everyone else, except for me. Excuses. And like
It's
those
never their
people
fault.
will never
Yeah.
change. I've spent hours talking to those people and trying to be like, oh, you got this. Like, find it in there. Yeah. But this isn't like, no, you can't change some
Always an
people.
excuse.
And like you say that and it's going to apply to the people out there that it needs to apply to. Some people will simply never get it.
Yeah.
But you know what? We need those people in the world.
Yeah.
We need people like that to make people like us become successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I one of my mentors at one point was like, oh, and I'm like, why do some people want to work entry level jobs? And they're like, he said, some people need to be told what to do and some people just know and they're leaders.
Yeah.
And we need both to fucking succeed in this world in general and make the world go round.
Cycle, yeah.
Yeah, to cycle the world. Like some people are designed to do just that. And some people are designed to do this.
Yeah, like
You
we were
know what
talking
I
about
mean?
in one of the episodes where it's like, you don't have to be like this extravagant person just loaded in cash. Like if you're okay with, making good living, having your home and, just going by with your 9 to 5, whatever, that's fine. You know what I mean? Live your life if you're happy with that. But then there's the ones, like you said, those personality types where they just go above and beyond to not be stuck in that zone.
Oh yeah, bro. Dude, like I say, man, it's everyone has a story. Everyone has a difficult path. Stop saying that your story is the worst. Yeah. Stop thinking you have it the worst because you don't.
Of course,
I don't care what you say. I don't care how bad your story is. You don't have it worse.
Yeah,
There's
so
someone
true.
out there who has it much worse than you.
Especially living in the United States of America, yo. Yeah. That's one thing that pisses me off so much, bro. People are talking about like, oh, the United States this, and I can't do this and that. Bro, there's not one opportunity that is not, like, you're not able to have here in the United States, bro.
Man,
So,
yeah, you know what I mean? It just, before you move on, it's just a big quote that I love, man. Things don't happen to you, things happen because of you.
That's deep.
Can I give another quote?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I
Wait, look right into that camera.
Ask for money, get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice.
Wait, say that again looking at that
That's
one,
not my
actually.
quote. Whose
that
quote
one
is
right
that?
there.
Can
the
someone
middle.
Google that real quick? That's
That's a
like
good one.
Nah,
Wait,
but
I
yo,
want to hear that again. Middle camera.
Where am I looking?
Right there, middle one.
It's not on me.
No, that one is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask for money, get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice.
Let's go.
Damn, I've never heard that one. I love that.
Type. Google that for us.
Can you break that down a little bit?
Okay, in my opinion, if you ask people for money, what are they going to do? They're going to tell you how they got their money. They're
How
going to tell
they
you
got
what you
money.
got to do.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you how to get there. They're not going to. All you're going to do is start getting your ear talked off,
Yep.
right? But if you ask for the advice, you know what I did when I got into real estate? I took extremely successful realtors out to lunch. I said, "What did you do?
Ooh.
What did you fuck up with that I can skip fucking up on?" And they said, "Well, if I could write a book, I would do this, this,
And you're
this
like,
different."
all right.
Absolutely. I was there with my notepad, everything. I probably went with 5 agents. I got so much different advice from them, and that helped me create what I wanted to do.
And I'm sure when you like encountered it like in live action, like when you were doing your thing, you're like, oh, this guy told me this. Let me try it right now. Boom.
But when it's your own business too, right, and you're doing your own thing, you get to decide how to do it.
Yeah.
I get to decide who I want to work with and who I don't want to. I've fired agents.
Yeah.
This one guy told me, call the listing agent and tell her, fuck her, you did it. And I was like,
Nope.
me? Find another fucking realtor to do that for you because it's not me. No. When I was bartending, I had to serve anyone a drink.
Yeah.
Anyone, smile. I wasn't getting tipped if I didn't make good conversation. In real estate, I don't have to work with people I don't want to work with.
Yes.
And that's one of the biggest pleasures of my job. I don't need you. I don't. And I think that makes our job a lot, more rewarding and
Yes.
fulfilling, working with people that appreciate what we're doing and not begging people for business.
Shama.
And it's having that retention too, like talking to people, like they're just humans. You don't want to just call a customer just because something bad, be like, oh, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you no more. Like,
Don't get me wrong, I want your paycheck. Like I do, I
Yeah.
do, but like I don't need to work with people who are disrespectful, and I think that's like a nice part of, our job. If you knock on a door and someone tells you to fuck off, you're like, all right, on to the next one
Yeah.
because I
Have
can
a nice
handle
day.
rejected.
You ain't desperate for it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's just, but I like what you did. I like how you brought those people out to dinner. It's all about networking.
Going out bathroom.
Networking and get the live chat. Networking is key, man. The people that you know.
all right.
You know what I mean?
Real quick in the live. Let's see if we got some questions. Oh, someone said you make it look easy.
By the
Lexi.
way, it was Pitbull who gave us the quality line.
Yo, but
I knew it
Pitbull,
was someone good.
yo, Pitbull, this dude is
I'm pretty sure
loaded.
it's a good
He is
song.
a business mogul.
How's the live chat, my brother?
Live chat is live. Shout out to everyone showing us love. As always, Tyler, Thais, Lou, Carolina, always showing us.
Always there.
Everyone's super excited
Always
that it's you
there.
here today, Lexi. Because like
Always
all
there.
our friends that
All
are
my
girls have
girls.
been dying to have another girl on. Let's see who else got any questions or anything over here. Shout out João DeMarquis. I'm not sure who that is. First time seeing that, but shout out you, bro. Thierry. Oh, Thierry's out here too.
Yo, João.
iPad. So, question from Tyler Rebello. She said, your biggest sale, or when did you feel like, wow, I got this?
I don't even feel it's like about the biggest sale though. I feel like it's like when you learn how to handle your clients and make people happy. That's like when you're like, wow, I'm good at
this.
what I do. Yeah. Because to be honest, like people wouldn't keep calling me if I wasn't that good at it. You know what I mean? So quite frankly, it's when you know what you're doing and you feel good about it. That's when you're going to be like, I got this. Like,
And you can tell, I think even me, just the first time I'm meeting you, you're so personable. Like, and when people talk to you, they probably feel it like, wow, she loves what she does. Like, so
Which I
this,
do.
yeah. And
Yeah.
this, so that makes them be like, okay, this is someone I trust in to like take me through this whole process. Cause buying a home isn't like a 1, 2, 3, you're done. It's a whole thing. After you sell, you gotta, like you say, keep talking to them, make sure everything is still running smoothly and all that. So it goes way further than just a sale.
Andre, I'm glad you pointed that out because, selling a house is not like selling a car. A car you might be selling for 50, 60, 70, 80, but we're talking about big numbers here. It's definitely harder than, definitely harder to.
okay, so you know what? My answer to this is actually hilarious because going back to what you said, biggest sale, like my clients for the $150,000 condo purchases are actually sometimes more difficult than my $1 million sales. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's the client. It doesn't
matter the price.
Exactly. The process is the same. You list it, you stage it, you get the photos done. To me, I treat every listing the same, whether it's a $100,000 condo or $1 million listing. So they're all getting the same level of service from me. But it's the clients. It's the ones who need the extra hand holding. And quite frankly, my team has been trained to do that because we love first time home buyers. So they're the ones who need questions answered at 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 10:30, first thing in the morning, whenever they need help. And honestly, like knowing that your clients are taken care of and that people are happy and they close and now they have a roof over their head, like that's the best.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
feeling. I can vouch for that too, because I remember like this was maybe 2 months ago. Me and Brian Silva, we'd be out just like hanging out, and then some random like client or customer would hit him up, and he's like, "Oh wait, real quick, let me answer this. I gotta talk to them." And we're just out like hanging out. He could have easily been like, "No, I'm not on the clock." Blah blah blah, whatever.
So real estate is definitely full time. Like I think I say to my clients too, I'm like, whether I'm like sleeping or I'm with my daughter or I'm like physically tied up, like right now, I'm not answering clients, clearly. But my team is.
Yes.
I'm on all my threads. I'm on all my text groups. I know that they are incredible and constantly answering people, because that's a big thing. We don't let people go hours and hours and hours without getting an answer. And I think that's something that we can basically promise them. So that's a good thing to know, that I can sit here and enjoy myself and my team has my back.
Yeah,
So,
I love how you trust your team so much. That goes
they're the
so
best.
long. Like, that's
They're
so
the
dope.
best.
That's so dope.
Yeah, and it shows why customers return to you, why you get referred is because you basically put them first. A lot of companies don't put their customers first, and that really hurts them at the end.
You just said exactly. Okay, so my takeaway from college, right? My 4 years of walking away with my management minor, it was to make your employees happy. That's what good managers do.
Yeah.
If you make your employee happy, it's going to be very difficult for them to leave. It's going to be an incredibly better opportunity where you're going to have to say, that's a better opportunity for you. I'm so happy for you.
Exactly.
Because to be honest, nobody who loves what they're doing and has a great leader and role model and partner is going to leave their job. Unless, granted, we're commission based. I think having the knowledge going in, you have to hustle in real estate is really important, and it doesn't happen overnight. But to be honest, it's just, I could talk about that part all day. So.
There's actually 2 more questions here that came in. One says, what's a great way to prepare for the real estate exam?
Being around real estate agents. Come into my office, sit with us, hear us talk, because until you hear very important lingo and verbiage, it doesn't come easy to people. I think being a good sales agent is an internal quality, and then learning about real estate is the second piece. I don't know one person that's passed on their first try of the real estate exam. And in fact, I believe it's a 60% passing rate. Whoa. So people end up taking it 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times before they pass. So coming into a real estate office, which mine is very clearly an open door, you would learn the process of home buying, what it takes. And again, buying and selling isn't that hard, but how do you continue to get clients? Where do you lead generate? How do you send closing gifts and presents and continue on to make sure that you're going to get paychecks coming on? And it doesn't happen overnight, but learning how to take care of your clients can be applied to any small business.
The exam is just the formality.
Exactly. Yeah. Customer service is number one.
Yeah, for
happy team, happy clients, happy
So
Lexi.
Happy Lexi.
I love it. And there's one more from Tyler. She says, are there any horror stories with customers or homes in general that you tried to sell?
Of course.
Many.
Yes.
Give us one that was just what is going on?
Okay, so obviously I won't go into names and details and stuff, but I had a very difficult divorce situation where the seller didn't want to leave. They were getting divorced, so it was court ordered, and he didn't want to move out of the house. So he did everything, and manic shit, texting us at 2:30, threatening us. He was pulling
you guys, the real
estate agents threatening. I could say I've walked in on shit, of course, and I've seen weird things in attics, beds and cameras. It's weird. There's always stories. And I'm sure after closing, when people knock down walls, they find weird things too. I wish I could know the history of every home, but as far as crazy shit, this guy was so inappropriate, so scary.
What?
I know.
So wait, who was the house under?
So they were married. And they were getting divorced, so they had to sell the home.
House.
No, because he couldn't buy her out. So that was the funny part.
Wow.
He was like, "Why am I going to sell my $1 million house when rent is $3,000 for a 1-bedroom?" I'm like, "Cause you're getting fucking divorced."
You gotta fucking go, dude.
Are you kidding? I'm not here to take your house from under you. You guys hired me to sell your house,
Yep.
and I got them $100,000 over asking price. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I did a great job, but. Late night, once the texts start coming, I've dealt with manic bipolar clients. I've dealt with probably schizophrenic clients. it's scary.
The big list of horror
Yeah,
stories.
I mean, mental illness is real, and like that's not a joking matter.
And especially
you know?
in divorce situations, it's like people are at their worst.
They're also probably getting divorced because one's fucking mentally ill.
That
like,
dude's manic.
It's pretty scary. It's scary stuff. So trying to please people, trying to keep shit calm, that is also a big skill that my team has worked hard to develop.
And it's like you don't want to know what's going on. You're just over there trying to do one thing, and they're just reeling you in. Like,
Don't kill me.
I hate him so much, and let me tell you why. Can you sit down?
Yeah. yes, a lot of that. And you don't want to be on one side. You want to be on the other side. You want to be in
Right in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, right in the middle. Very neutral party. That's just for divorce, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, let's take some time to pay some bills.
Yo.
Guys, right next to us there is a store called R&V Customization. These guys have soccer jerseys. They have Lacoste shirts, Lacoste hats. They have Juliettes. Not only that, they can do your merch. You know, any company apparel that you want. What else they do? That's that
The banner.
magnet,
So
the
like
banner.
literally, guys, anything that has to do with like printing, any kind of like actual like logos, anything where you got to print something on, sticker, this and that. If your business needs to advertise some kind of uniform or shoes, hats, mugs, whatever it is, like these guys we got right here, R&V Personalizations are the ones to go to. They're another family-run business that has believed in us from the get-go. Like these guys have been
From the
behind us
start.
since the beginning. They made us shirts. They're helping us give giveaways. And like Eric said too, they do like sports jerseys for every sport you can think of. Sneakers, flip-flops, everything, guys. They're super dope.
Yeah, their Instagram is going to be in the bio below. So make sure you hit their Instagram, send them a DM. If you want to put any name on the jersey, any name anywhere, these guys will do it.
And I'm sure if you guys go there and give us a shout out, say the Hip Podcast brought you here, I guarantee you he'll hook you guys up.
He'll hook you guys up. And talking about last weekend, Memorial Day drinking, you know, and all that stuff, we have beautiful VELO vodka here, women-owned brand. You know why this alcohol is different from the other one?
I think I could tell you.
Tell me.
Filled with scrumptious electrolytes.
Electrolytes, so you know, while you're drinking and getting dehydrated, you get rehydrated.
What's better than that?
I'm telling you, it's best of both worlds. Their Instagram is on our bio. Follow them with they have a bunch of ideas of different cocktails that you can make with this. They're at most of all the liquor stores around you. Tastes very good, straight to the point. You know, it doesn't get better than this, guys. Women-owned brand is always good to support.
We always want to put on for our women out there hustling every single day, especially single moms like Lexi, putting on, showing these men how it's done, dude.
Shama.
All right, so we actually have someone here, Carolina. She said, "Hi guys, I'm a big fan of Lexi," and she goes, "Lexi, what are some of your favorite things to do on your off time?"
Like enjoying myself.
Do you even do that?
Do you even have off time, Lexi?
You know, I try. I like to be outside. Like, I love the good vitamin D. Like, I like sun.
yeah.
I like water. I like anything that can relax you, the recreational stuff that helps.
Just touching some grass.
I mean, whatever it takes to, like, really try and turn your mind off. I mean, that's pretty hard to do.
It
I
is.
think anyone who can sleep, like, climb in a bed and fall asleep, like, fuck you. Because I can't.
No, yeah, I'm a very active person. I have ADHD, so I don't, when I sleep, of course, it's like more at the end of the night. But like during the day, I have to go be doing something. I have to either be working out or I'm gonna be, biking, doing something active because I just love being outside. Especially in the summer, we only have like 4 or 5 months.
Not even.
That we can actually enjoy the good weather.
I feel like here in Mass, we really take advantage of that because like it's like such a short period of time for like
For sure.
sunlight, so we gotta like take it while we have it.
We got to take any piece of, and honestly, like for me, even if I sit outside for an hour, that does it helps my mental
Yeah.
a lot. So I think kind of just getting away. Sometimes like I like a good steam room or sauna. Like, those are nice.
That's like the meditation station.
I love that.
Correct.
That's part of my routine after the gym all the time.
Me too.
I will say I bring my phone in, which is bad because like it's meant to like, you need to
turn off for a second.
Disconnect it.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
do
not gonna
that.
lie. I bring mine in too, but I'm usually listening to music.
It's for
or a
music,
book.
right?
Yeah.
But you know what happens? You look at
You end
other
up scrolling.
stuff. Yeah. Or I answer text messages or my team, and I'm like, wait, this is.
Out of nowhere, you just pass out.
All of a sudden, I wake up to people around me.
One thing I've gotten into the habit of, just because like I'm seeing over time that it kind of like messes up with like my pump and like my concentration. I'll leave my phone on do not disturb when like I start working out, and then I'll put it back to normal when I'm done. Just because like I feel like you have that habit of like sometimes I'll catch myself. I'll be like in between sets, and I'm like oh nope, and I'll just sit there.
You know, it's crazy. I don't do that. I don't put in do not disturb, but I don't touch my phone when I'm working out.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I'm working out, it's the time of the day where I can get my thinking and my ideas come to me. So I'm like always laser focused. People come up to me like, Eric, why are you mad? Like, I'm not mad.
This is my face.
This is my face. I'm just always like focused and just like in the zone when I'm there. So it's pretty cool.
Someone just asked, "Where's Richard? Where is he, bro?"
Richard, he went to take a piss, or he went to go close a deal.
Yeah, Sunrun don't sleep, you know.
That's definitely what
I
he
will
did.
say-
100%,
He went
guys.
to close the deal.
I will
show.
say shout out to the commission base because that is sometimes what it takes. Like if I told you how many times like I had to get up and like go do shit when I was with family, like I do I have a
close that
team?
deal.
Yes. But like sometimes you got to do shit yourself and clients want to hear from you or things need to be answered a certain way. And like that does require us or Richie or whoever is running their own business to be involved. Because I feel like sometimes when you disconnect too much, like it's not working. And quite frankly, like doing property, I do property management now with Silmar. Shout out Custom Property Management LLC.
Shama.
If you got the investments and need some management. Because honestly, like we need to answer those calls. If people don't have heat, or if shit's not working, or if the smoke alarms are going off, or whatever. Thing I need to say is like, Ava has an incredible dad who I do need to shout out. Like he is such a good father to her. Awesome. And if I didn't have like such a good co-parenting relationship with him, I would not be able to do as much as I do. So anyone who does have kids,
that's a big thing we talk about.
Some fucked up stuff.
Yeah, or because like the parents just don't get along.
They don't get along, so the one doesn't involve the other. Or I mean, a lot of people have parents who lost overdosing, like addiction, like anything. They don't have two parents, and Ava has two that love her, and we get along. And beautiful. I think it's a huge part. So to be honest, think about your kids.
Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Because I know there's some guys out there that sometimes they don't even give a shit. They'll be like, "Oh, it's not my problem anymore," or something. They don't own up. They don't be a man about it and be like, "You know what? I'm gonna be in my daughter's life. I'm gonna be there for anything that she needs. I'm gonna help her mother if anytime she needs help." So shout out to him.
Yep. Shout out to the good dads because Father's Day is coming up. All of the
that is true. Next week, I think, right?
Yep.
Nah, but having that family base is definitely like you hit it on the dot. Like that's we talked about it in one of the episodes where just like having that mom and dad base. It's not necessarily because there are mom and dads that aren't together, which isn't like the problem. I would say it's not being able to be cordial with each other, knowing that you're thinking about the kid, like you said, you're thinking about your child. You're not thinking, oh, I gotta be happy. I hear this a lot, and it's like my dad actually says a lot. It's like for me, like I don't need to be happy. Like obviously, like it's kind of like he exaggerated. He's going like an extreme, but if you guys are happy, it makes me happy because I see you thriving. I see you living your life. I see you chasing your dream, whatever it is. And I'm sure the more and more your daughter grows and you see these like values that you and your ex-husband instill in her, it's like it just goes very, very far.
I mean, you are their world at that point. That your child's your world. So like one of the things that does make me happy is literally sitting down and watching her have fun. I'm like, I don't want to play Barbies with you, but I'll watch you play Barbies and have fun and laugh with your friends and do that.
See their imagination just run wild.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, having a healthy like parent, home life and like things like that, that's by far the most important. And a lot of people get caught up on hating their ex or their partner, and it's honestly only hurting your kids.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you're just hurting more your child.
We have one more question before we go on to the next subject. So it's another one from Lena. She said, Lexi, where do you hope to see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, on a lake, girl.
Yes,
On
sir.
a lake.
On a lake.
On a lake.
Not a beach?
Or yeah, on the water. I'm sorry.
water.
On the water.
On a boat.
I would like to have property on any type of water. Quite frankly, I don't like oceans. They scare me.
I was telling my sister
A little
this
small.
the other day. If like when I have the opportunity, if I find a house that it doesn't even need to have a pool, if it has a lake in the
Some
back,
kind of water near it.
bro, no lake in the back. That's like my dream. Just just going out to the lake and just like fishing or doing something. It's always been. So you would like to have a house with some water?
Yeah, the water is the dream.
Yeah.
I mean, water makes me happy. So, quite frankly, that's probably where I would see myself in time. Like,
Do you think you're still going to be running Winter Properties? Or is it
I
gonna
would
be
like to
maybe-
still do
yeah.
real estate sales. I certainly am building my property management. It's more of a passive income,
Yeah.
which is great. But honestly, the reason, as much as I want passive income, because who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's not why I'm doing it. It's to also drive my sales, meet more investors who are going to buy real estate, meet more people who are going to sell real estate. If we put good tenants into a property, they're going to buy real estate in a few years.
Yup.
So quite frankly, like it's all long-term plans and goals for me. It's not quick money, short money.
Yeah.
But long-term, yeah, I hope to have more free time, but I definitely hope to still be doing this because I still see myself kicking ass at
Hell yeah.
42, 43.
Do you think you're gonna you have any other kind of like not necessarily dreams, but like something you've wanted to maybe try out other than real estate?
I don't know anything else besides real estate. No. I have to think about that one. I'm very hyper focused on real estate and my family and, growing my life with my boyfriend and kind of going from there.
Yeah, just keep pushing forward.
Keep growing
Hell
every
yeah.
damn day. Yeah.
What is there something you do with your daughter that's kind of like what makes
So we do mommy daughter stuff. I mean, we've always kind of set aside our time. I think as being, like a parent with joint custody, you start to realize you have limited hours. So like you want to capitalize on any hours that you do have with them. And it
Yeah.
gets hard because either I'm getting a real estate call and I'm like, nope, this is Ava time. But it's more just like doing new stuff with her that I really like. Seeing her trying a new task or failing for the first
like
time.
what? What's something cool that you were like, whoa?
So I've taken her canoeing before, but I took her recently and she was on there and she was like looking in the lake and she was making new faces and she's like, so if we flip over, like everything's going in the water. I mean, she's 6. She's so smart now
Yeah.
and
Analyzing everything.
scaring her for there's just watching new experiences by far probably one of a parent's favorite first things, like seeing them do shit for the first time.
That's
so anytime
dope.
she can do something new, I do want to be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to take her to like a sale or like open house something? Just
Oh my
'cause, like,
God, yes. I mean, I've tried not to involve Ava in my
It's
job
funny.
a
It's
lot.
like you all over again.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
full circle because you were there. Now she's like seeing mommy
Yeah, and because I also just I try and focus on my clients and if Ava wants something, you can't be on with your daughter, on with your clients, making
Yes.
and I do try and keep those separate. I know
Yeah.
a lot of agents that are like, oh yeah, they're great, they come, they're happy. But kids want you. They want your attention.
Yeah.
They're not just going to be like, oh, mommy needs to work right now.
I'm gonna sit down and not say
They
anything.
don't get it. And you want to be the best you can to them. So I do try and avoid bringing her. But absolutely has she been to showings and different events with me. The nice part is her going to the events and seeing me work because she knows what I do. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, go tell everybody mommy buys and sells real estate.
That's the
Yeah.
cutest thing. I've seen little girls like, hey, my mom sells real estate.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh my God, but give me a house. Give me a house.
Fine. Yep, give me your money. So yeah, she's a sweetie. She's smart.
I have a question that I just thought of right now. What's something that you put into your career that you learned from being a mom that you apply to your career?
Maybe
if anything.
the management of being a mother, trying to make sure everybody's happy and taken care of and cleaning up, being the last person to leave my sip and swaps. That's also just part of running the office too. It really can't just let people sit there and party, but you want to make sure that everything is taken care of. And I think that's a huge part of being a parent too, is just making sure, you close the doors at night and that they're still sleeping through the hours.
Little
and
details.
Yeah, small details. And quite frankly, my team is Winter Properties, but we work under a brokerage of custom home realty, and my brokers are two also women who absolutely kick ass. And if we ever needed anything or things were lacking, like those are who I go to.
That's
you know
so
what I
dope.
mean? So it's a lot of help, and it's not easy to do shit on your own. That's for sure.
That's for sure. No one
It
does it
is.
alone.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna bring it back to a little bit of real estate again. One last question for me is, before we started the podcast today, you were showing me one of your the staging you do.
Oh yeah.
So tell me
yeah.
how important is to stage a home.
I mean, there's nothing more important than staging your home for sale. Because if you're going to go ahead and just take pictures of a house the day that I go over and see them,
Disaster.
it's absolute.
Wait, real quick
tornado.
before you say that, what just because for people that aren't real estate lingo savvy, what is staging a home?
So, okay, I guess staging can be a few different things. It's going in and analyzing the property, right? Because I think Richie was talking before, how do I even price a home?
Yep.
One of the most basic questions. So someone calls me, give me a quick phone call. Quick little-
Ring 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 ring.
Hello?
Hi, Lexi.
Hi, this is Lexi. How can I help you?
I'm looking to buy this home, but it's I'm a little worried about the price. I don't know what's going on over here. Can you help me out, please?
Oh, so you're looking to buy a house?
Yes.
Do you have to sell a house too?
I don't. It's my
Yes,
first.
you do. You
Yes,
have
I
to
do.
sell-
I need to sell a house.
Sell a house.
If Lexi tells me I need to sell my house, I'm selling my house.
Can I come over and look at your home?
Of course.
Oh my God, I will be there tomorrow at 2.
Perfect.
Tomorrow.
Hey, Lexi.
Hi, it's tomorrow at 2, and I'm here to look at your home. So I'm coming in. Here I am. Dun, 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 dun. I walk around your first floor. Wow, you have a fireplace. Oh my God, these stairs are open. Beautiful. Ooh, that rug. Ooh. Okay, you have 2 bedrooms down here. You have 2 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bathrooms. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, is I'm going to go back to my computer because now I've seen the inside of your home. Unlike Zillow, who's just going to price your house based off, not knowing if you have granite, if you have shag rug from the 70s, if you've updated your home, if you put in a pool, if you did a nice fence.
Updated HVAC, all that stuff.
Honestly,
yeah.
that is an absolute guesstimate of your home. I just came in and I saw all the incredible updates you've done to it, so I'm going to go home and I'm going to price your home. So what I do is I go back to my computer. We go ahead and look at the sales of anything that's comparable. If this is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, I'm not looking at 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom condos. You know what I mean? We need to find comparable homes, something that's similar. So 4 bedrooms, 2 full bath. What's the square footage? Do they have a garage? Do they have two garage spots or 1 garage spot? You need to start to find things that are similar in between the homes. And then you're going to start to realize, wow, everything that's this big with this many bedrooms and this many bathrooms sells for
This
this
much.
amount. And then you'll start to see, well, ones that have like tiled bathrooms sell a little bit less, and then ones that have other amenities. You start to realize what sells. Open floor plans, updated stuff in kitchens and bathrooms. But at the same time, you know what else sells? Shitty houses. Because people love to flip homes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So quite frankly, everything is selling in this market. So I go in, I let the seller know how much their house is worth. And what I do is not only just tell them that, but is also come up with a game plan. I'm like, we're going to take some stuff out. We're going to move the couch this way. We're going to move the bed that way. I'm going to bring some pillows in. I'm going to bring some art in. I'm going to bring in some fake plants to make your house look
You
green
pull
and
up
alive.
with like a big truck, right?
We
full
pull
of
up,
stuff.
we
so
pull up with the
dope.
U-Haul.
Yeah.
And everybody unpacks it.
What I thought was cool, I saw one of you guys staging. I don't think it was maybe it was somebody that was a seller. You guys came in with like boxes and you set up like a kind of like a makeshift bed.
Oh, yeah,
and it looked
yeah.
so real. I was like, dude, I never even like thought of that. That's so
In fact,
dope.
it looks so real. People sit on it and then they're like on their ass during the open house. Yeah, kids jump on them. So, you need the sign, but people don't always
Cardboard
see the
under here.
sign. Yeah. It just says, do not sit fake bed. So, like, please don't. But people still sit on them. But you kind of do your best to make the room feel big, feel bright, feel white. We put white comforters on everything. And then, quite frankly, you're going to sell your house for more money because
Yeah.
it looks clean. It looks nice. It looks fresh. You don't have like
Aesthetic
your
matters.
undies sitting out
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
floor, which honestly, like we go into showings sometimes and there's crap everywhere. Like it's gross. I'm shocked people would list their
Live in
house
those ways, yeah.
and live in those ways. So we go in, we offer advice, and if people want to take it, great. If they don't, great. And we usually find clients who are like-minded people, which is great because then it makes it so much more enjoyable
Yeah.
to work with them. They appreciate your advice. They take your advice. And then you sell their house and they're really happy. So it's not just putting a house on and holding open houses. There's a lot that goes into it. And probably one of the hardest parts is even making it through the interview of 4 other agents. Yeah. Why are they going to hire Winter Properties? You know, if I'm not telling them 400 things, they might hire the guy next to me.
So usually, like, it's not just you guys at first. There's literally like multiple agents kind of trying to.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the biggest investment of your life, right? So you do want to interview your agent. Like, I would recommend people interviewing other realtors so they can see how bad my competition is. And
get 'em.
And then I end up, either I've had people say, you know what, I don't need to interview anyone else. You basically told us everything we needed. We feel great. And then I've had people say, okay, great, I'll let you know after the weekend. And then I've lost listings, sure, especially when, you know, agents are very, like, hyper located. Oh, she sells 400 homes in Westboro. Like, I can't compete with that. Like, I sell everywhere in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Sometimes people want hyper local. But then I'm also like, but do you want someone who's going to answer the call and do the staging and do the free photos? Because other agents don't do that. So you got to ask your agent what they're offering you, what's included, you know, what their performance is like. And then you as a client, seller, or buyer get to decide who you're hiring.
Would you say that's like your guys' like advantage over the competition, that you do all that?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know many other agents that stage, and most that do make their sellers pay for it.
Wow.
Because it's just it's an added service.
Yeah.
And I was staging for about 4 years and hiring someone, and I would probably spend $1,500 to $4,000 on staging.
Wow.
I mean, our commissions are pretty nice. So for big homes, we should be paying for marketing, especially if they're going to go 10, 15, 100,000 over asking price. Like, I'm staging your shit every night.
Hell yeah.
I'm always staging. So to me, it makes sense to do it. But then my stager retired, and we bought all of his items. We bought some couches. We bought dining room tables. We bought, you know, fake plants. We filled a warehouse of our own. So now Winter Properties internally stages, and I have a whole team that shows up and puts flowers everywhere.
That's dope. Keeping it in-house definitely is the way to do it.
That's fire. So in your opinion, would you say it's, I'm not gonna say easier, but do you think it's easier to sell a house than to buy a house?
I mean, yes.
Yeah,
that's without question. It's a lot easier to be a seller or a listing agent. With buyers, you're running around, you're showing 10 houses, 15, 20 houses, because my team is not going to force anyone to buy anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we have home inspections, if we find things that are wrong, we will back out with the buyer. Thais will tell you, we found mold everywhere in an attic or in a basement once, and I don't even think we finished the inspection that day. We were kind of like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And you say mold is, but it is, but it isn't, because we live in New England, right? So I'd say a lot of homes that I show have mold in them, but you're forgetting that I can go back to the seller and say, hey, you need to remediate this, and then provide us the paperwork before closing, and then we'll move forward.
Yep.
And then people agree, yes, we will do this in 2 weeks or less. And then guess what? 2 weeks or less comes around. They provide paperwork. They will provide a 5-year warranty that they remediated their attic of mold. There is none left. And if any shows up, there's a warranty. So it's not always a reason to back out of a home.
That's dope.
Because you find a red flag. There's always, I tell people, unless your house caught on fire or a foreclosure sign pops up on the front door, we're problem solvers. We will figure it out. And there's always a solution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Find a
problems.
Solution. Be a problem solver.
Yeah.
It's people who panic and they're like, oh, it's not going to work anymore. Just have the buyer buy a new house. Like, no, let's figure out what we can do to make both parties happy. And typically they can still get their house and close happy too.
Dope.
That's dope.
So I have a question about buying and selling. I was talking to my dad a little earlier today because he asked me who we were having on today, and I told him it was you, and he was like, "Oh, cool. So like, ask her these questions, maybe." Because he's like, he's been thinking about.
He's like, "Wait, I want to sell. Let me give you a list."
Yeah, hell yeah. He because my dad is trying to invest some more of his money too, just because like the way things are going in the real estate game right now. And I'm not too immersed in it to like know enough to even tell him. But he asked me, he's like, "Oh, ask her like if it's gonna be like good or bad to buy in the next like year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is." Because he had mentioned it. I don't know if he was saying this was gonna happen or he was like kind of questioning it. But are there gonna be like a lot of foreclosures and things like that just because of the way the economy is kind of going? And
so I think everybody during COVID was saying like, we're gonna foreclose on everything, and we have literally no sign of that yet.
Yep.
So, and I don't want to say no sign, because at the end of the day, banks are, I'm sure, getting foreclosures.
But it's very minimal.
we're not seeing them because they're being sold before they even hit the market, right? So basically, very, very long story short, what happened during COVID was all of these sellers said, oh my God, disease, I'm not having people come in my house. So all these homes came off the market, and then all of a sudden interest rates became 3s and everybody wanted to buy houses. So with supply and demand happening that way, you take away the inventory, you add a shit ton more buyers. If you eliminated even 50% of the market of buyers right now, we would still be getting multiple offers.
Wow.
So we might not be getting 10 to 15 offers, but if we still get 1 to 5 and they go over asking, like,
huge.
You only need one. You literally only need one offer to sell a house. So Thais was out showing a home and buyer loved it, called the listing agent. Hi, how many offers in hand? 51. 51 offers. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we cooling down? Because I don't fucking think so. So what essentially is going to happen is, interest rates are going to affect people. Absolutely. But the supply coming up is actually going to be a great thing, and we're very buyer heavy, so we would love to put a lot of people into houses. And my team negotiates, and they're great buyers agents. We are just waiting for the market to continue to cool off so we can get more people into homes. But if anything does change, it's going to be in like the next 3 to 5 years.
So would you say right now it's a buyer's market?
No, it's a seller's market.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting over asking price with multiple offers. So when a property's sitting, that's the time for a buyer to jump on it, because you can negotiate the price down. You can get closing cost credits. You can ask them to fix the sink.
You said when the property is sitting?
Yeah. I mean, if it hasn't sold after the first week, your agent should be bringing you in like immediately. Immediately. Because sometimes it's the weekend, Memorial Day. Everybody's cooking out. Not everybody went to see the houses and things like that. So, but let me tell you a story that happened last year. I had open houses. One person came through. One. And that one person bought the house. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. As long as people are buying the properties, they're selling. And it's going to continue to keep the market strong. The best thing you can do is try and find things off market and not compete.
I see you post those all the time.
Yeah.
What do you mean off market? So things that aren't even listed yet?
Correct. Correct. So
that's where the money's at, bro.
Yeah.
You're not seeing the foreclosures. You're not seeing those the bank-owned properties because they're like, oh, my buddy's a flipper. We'll just sell it to him real quick in cash. It's not even becoming available to the public right now.
So if you're a buyer, it's kind of hard to run into those. You got to have an agent, basically, right?
One that's looking for you. I mean, our high school interns are sending out tons of mailers to make sure that our buyers aren't running into multiple offer situations.
That's dope.
It's a hard market.
Trying to get there first than everyone.
So guys, contact Winter Properties. You know, they have the connect, not for things that are listed, but things that might be your dream home that isn't even in the website yet, wherever you're looking at.
Yeah, hit up Lexi, man. Do you have any advice for the people that are getting into real estate, for the people that already have their license and they reach the barrier, something that motivates them? Do you have any advice that can make them move forward and to be successful in their careers?
So one, I'm meeting with a girl tomorrow who's getting her license just to help, navigate her and find her ways. To me, reaching out to resources, kind of like I did. Hey, what did you do to get better? What was the mistakes?
Networking.
Like that's furthering your knowledge to get where you want to be. So why not reach out to people who are doing it and collaborate with them, get better. I think, one, I'm happy to be a resource. If you're looking to get your license, please slide into our DMs.
Dude, I love how you're so helpful. You're showing love right now.
I mean, it's
guys,
not an easy industry, but it's a really rewarding and fun one. So if you're like, wow, my personality and drive tells me I can do this, then it's never too late to get into real estate, to be honest.
And it's never a burden to know more people, right? The more you network, the more connections you have.
Yeah.
So Lexi, the chat here really wants to get to know Lexi. So there's a question here that says, Lexi, what's your sign? Haha, random question, but I'm curious. Are you even into?
I'm like, do I know my sign? I'm a Capricorn. Is that my sign?
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Okay.
What, January?
I was born the day after Christmas.
What?
That's
cool. What? Damn, does that kind of suck? Because
get one gift. You get one gift or two gifts.
Yeah. When you're little, it's like, when you're little, it's like,
It's my birthday and Christmas.
everybody's like, oh, here's your birthday / Christmas present. Enjoy your one present. But now that you grow up, it's like, oh, another year I'm alive. Yeah.
Facts. That's so true. Guys, so she's a Capricorn, guys. And then the other question says, Lexi, if you could define yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, okay.
That's a deep
You
one.
You remember when you were little and people asked you all the time, how would you describe yourself to random people?
Oh my God, I would suck at that.
Outgoing, collaborative, funny.
Like, are you funny for real?
I'm like pretty funny.
Is
Like
she funny to you?
people like
Nah, she
people
is
like hang
funny.
out with me for reasons.
Nah, I
you
could
know?
tell, yo.
Nah, for real. 100%.
And then last one. Do you have... Mariah said, Lexi, you sound like you can sing. Can you sing? You
Oh my
be
God,
busting the
no.
notes?
If you ask my best friend Nina, she'll tell you all day I can sing, but absolutely not. I mean, give me a few drinks and I'll sing anything, but
Maybe she's
I don't got the pipes, girl.
Maybe she's a shower singer.
Yo, we all shower
Who
singers.
doesn't sound
be,
good
I know,
I be
right?
hitting the Mariah notes in there. And then last one, there's Lexi. Do you have any creative outlets?
Creative outlets like drawing?
I guess, right? That's like maybe something
How do I
like...
be creative? Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe like things that are like makes your mind like...
Okay, so
imagine.
the way I get creative,
I mean, staging is one.
That's true, yeah.
the way I get creative is I smoke a little bit of weed.
A little bit of the ganja.
And then all of a sudden, I get some incredible ideas. Like I don't think there's anything more like incredible than coming up with like an absolutely like out of this world thought that you put into play. Like being like, oh my God, one day I want to have my own podcast and call it Hip Podcast. And all of a
Right?
sudden you're sitting here on like
Yeah.
episode 14 and you're like, holy shit, we're like actually doing this. Like there's been so many like ideas I've come up with, like just like, you know, smoke a little and be like, oh,
You put it in your
know what?
notes.
I'm gonna like have a blood drive and like, is it gonna sell houses? No, but it like we had, you know, 1 year 53 people come donate blood at a blood mobile and we saved lives. So that was like in itself, it's just cool to be doing things with the community, do fundraisers, do charity events, meet new people like that. That's like
That's dope.
that's the circle of my life.
I like
You're just-
it.
what I've-
Giving back to the people.
Yeah, what I've gotten from like just talking to you here, you're just like you're a people person.
Love
You
people.
connect people. You know how to
Hate people, but love them. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
that's like
It's a love and hate relationship.
Yeah, that's like the fine balance. You gotta not have that as much like enthusiasm for it to be like, okay, I can do this. It's the balance. It's the balance. Okay, look at who decided to come back.
Yeah.
Bro,
No excuses.
Richie
I
the
don't even want to
Richie.
hear it.
guys, I have 5 minutes to do the last verification call of the night.
All right, man.
I'm so sorry.
Get
okay.
it?
Keep
No,
the,
we're
keep the pod
applauding
going
you.
for a little bit
Working.
more, and I will be back at 10 on the dot. I promise.
Now we are ready to wrap this up. Lexi, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for being open with us and showing the people that don't know who you are a little bit of what Lexi is about.
This was awesome.
Like Andre said, you are a people person, even though you might hate them sometimes. But not only that, you have an enormous knowledge in the real estate business.
Amazing energy, man. Amazing energy.
And
Thanks,
it's not only helping your life, you're helping your team, the people in your team's life as well. Because the more knowledge, the farther you get in life. And thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your team. I really appreciate everything that you just dropped today.
Honestly, like it is so my pleasure because you guys are so fun and like
Thank you.
it's just like Framingham, like I would love to be doing more of this. There's just not enough hours in a day, you know?
I know.
So true,
Like
dude.
there's not. When you start doing stuff that you love and being successful, you're like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
The more and more people we talk to, you said being in Framingham, like, because that's our main goal. Like, I love Framingham. I love growing up from here. Like, I take it so personal when people say, like, oh, Framingham sucks. I'm like, bro, you suck.
Literally.
Leave. We don't need you here, bro. like leave.
Yeah.
But
I'm the
it's
same
just
way.
been, it's been such a dope like journey, just seeing the people we've met, like, and just having everything come together the way it has. It's been super dope, and I appreciate you coming out and
I'm
showing
happy
us
for
love
you guys.
too.
You guys
Thank you.
deserve it.
Yeah,
Nah,
thank
and
you so much.
Seeing your growth too with the company has been dope. Like I saw when you guys first started, when Brian got on, when Thais got on, it's like literally you guys are blowing up.
The
It's so
A
dope.
team, the A team, they're here to make a difference. We really like it. We see it. We see the growth, and we wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thank you.
And
Thank
before
you
we
so
wrap
much.
up, do you want to give any quick like shout out to the socials? Anything events, anything new coming up?
I mean, shout out to Thais for being here.
Thais,
because
take
she is my
Mr.
absolute
Santos' spot
homegirl
real
right
quick.
now for always showing up. Do you want to come in real quick, say hello to the people? Thais?
Thais a
No.
little shy right
Let's
now.
leave it. Let's leave it to the next one.
Thais, shy. I'm so confused right
Right?
now. Anyways, I guess shout out to my whole team. Shout out to my family, my daughter, everybody listening. In Framingham, honestly, here's to Framingham.
Here's
Yeah,
the Framingham,
508,
guys.
baby.
508. Hey, this is the High End Power Podcast. Episode 14 was dope. Thank you everybody that's watching. Thank you everybody that's on the live chat showing us support. Thank you everybody that's showing us hate too.
We love you.
We love you.
Love
Love
we
the haters.
appreciate your view. We appreciate your comments. And you can do anything to try to bring us down, but you will not, because our mindset is higher than yours. Our mindset is positive, and God is in our side. So you can do whatever you want. You can talk all that shit, but you ain't gonna bring us down, because we are dogs. We are savages, and we are from Framingham. And let's fucking do it. High end
are
power,
Framingham.
baby.
We are
Framingham.
High power, let's go.
Shama.
That was so